we're going to do once again the transition between the infinite rolling and to get us to the high Zen, to start the next two movements. And again, to clarify the counts, after we're rolling in the last infinite rolling, the folding in and extending of the legs, then the spine releases through the floor symmetrically in 4 counts, and then at count 1 is the rolling spiral, and at 2 the hand faces down and it stays active to facilitate the spiral of the legs and arms that bring us to high Zen. Okay, so here we go. 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Symmetrically. 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Once again, clarifying the transition between the infinite rollings and the high Zen for the next two movements. After the rolling, the last infinite rolling, the spine releases through the floor in 4 counts symmetrically, and then the arms in the rolling spirals is at count 1, and at count 2 the hand faces down to assist us in the spiral of the arms and legs to bring us to high Zen. So here we go. 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm going to demonstrate the next two movements as they are, and then we'll give you instruction because these connections are new to you. Okay? So the first high Zen, as I said earlier, is a little bit, you have to be very, very gentle. It's in a certain degree of opening in between the knees that we'll explain to you as we give you instructions. And here we go as the movement is. So 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So we're going to do it again, starting 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. When I started in the Zen Salutation, the first connection is start in high Zen. You know, after the spiral, arriving to high Zen. And now, as we go into Zen Salutation, the movement again is going through the centers, the 7 centers, and we bring the arm from foundation, and the spiral of the arm assists us as we go to the floor to arrive to the place that we call Zen Salutation. So let me just show you the first 4 counts from the beginning. 5, 6, 7, 8. You begin already in foundation. It releases the spine and arrive to the place at count 1 and 2, in which the center of your forehead touches the floor, and then your arms are in a higher diamond. As you're moving with it, you begin to discover that the placement of the arms assists the spine, again, not to go in within, but to be able to extend itself as it moves down into Zen salutation. So again, from the preparation beginning of High Zen, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2. In this placement, you are extended through the spine. Remember that you try to avoid this inner circle of the spine by extending through. And the back of the pelvis and the extension of the legs are balanced in a place that allows you to find the center of the spine. What I mean by this, in the beginning, you may feel like your pelvis has to go this high to get you into Zen salutation. But then you discover that the pelvis can begin to go back into the thighs in the same degree that your spine goes forward. So half of you is going toward your legs, half of you is going toward the shoulders, neck and head. So this area at the center of the spine gets revealed as the place of center of Zen salutation. So the salutation occurs by the third eye being in the floor. The diamond of the arms supports the neck and head to pass through. The pelvis moves back to the thighs in the same degree that the head is extended, so the center at the level of the 10th thoracic vertebra becomes released through the spine. So this is what is occurring in all this movement in this full count. It's a lot, but you'll begin to discover that the placement of the moving through the centers and the perception of the balance between the 3 upper centers and the 3 lower centers and the diamond of the arms, as I said, will facilitate this place for you. Okay? So I'll do it again, and then from then I'll show you what happened. So 5, 6, 7, and 8. Moving 1, 2, 3, and this is 1 and 2. And now the spiral takes place. Count 1 and count 2, and then that facilitates the spiral of moving through the head. So after your arms arriving to the diamond, supporting the salutation, one arm gathers the spiral and one arm, the other arm gathers the spiral, and they arrive to a placement in the head that implies or directs the beginning of the unfolding of the spine from the pelvic floor. What I mean is this. From here, one arm arrives and the other arms arrive. And just see where my hands are in relation to my knees, right? In this place. This is the diamond. See? Right here. And just the most minute pressure of my hands in the floor facilitate the release of the pelvis to bring me up. So again, this place that you're arriving to an open diamond is the facilitation of the spiral, the spine bringing you up. Wonderful. So from here, the spiral, facilitation, and here we are in High Zen. Now from here on, the movement repeats, but instead of going from within, it goes from without. So from here, the directions of the pelvis, the solar plexus, chest, throat, head, and crown, we are back into Zen salutation. Okay? And this is like the outer mandala again. This is the inner mandala going to Zen salutation, outer mandala going through it. In the beginning, you may think that if you reach with the arms a lot, it will help you, but you will discover that it's not about reaching, it's actually finding in a space the place that they correspond to the vertebrae moving through. So from here, you will discover, okay, that's the solar plexus, that's the chest, that's the throat, that's the head, this is the crown, this is salutation. Right? This is a good place to practice, and you can practice with your hands this way or with your hands that way. In truth, in the practice, the hand goes that way because it ensures that the shoulder girdle is completely open. But in the beginning, it's easy to sense if your hands are facing to the floor, even though the shoulder girdle is not perfectly centered, but it is still suspended. The suspension of the shoulder girdle is in this optic place of central heart. Remember when the central heart is the same, but it is central crown, which also we did in the floor, and the third section. Yeah. So let's do again the inner aspect of Zen salutation, then the outer aspect of Zen salutation, and then I'll guide you to the next movement, which is called the 4 pillars. Okay. So here we go. 5, 6, 7, and 8. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. The spiral. 2, 3, 4. Outer. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. This is called the 4 pillars. And I would like to start for a moment and then for us to give you more instruction. Now the 4 pillars arrive moving from Zen salutation is a place that allow us to experience the width of the chest and the release of the hip via the center knees. It's a very, very wonderful place because it represents a lot of looseness within your spine. And it's the place that from here you bend in your elbows and you allow all the muscles of the torso to descend down into the floor. So it's called descending, ascending, because you are descending, as you're descending with the movement, you are descending through the center of the placement and the connections of your muscle, of your arms, skeleton. The segments of your skeletons and your arm are descending through the center of the relationship of the arms. That activates all the muscles in your torso, and then once you get down into that connection, then it becomes again a way of manifesting a sense of strength and openness within your chest. Yeah? So again, from Zen salutation, the last one, from the other form, 1, 2, 3, 4, and now the sliding into the 4 pillars. And this is a good place to spend a second for you in your practice before you go. And you will feel that your knees, your pelvis, your torso, your neck are all aligned, and then from there, the descending, it occurs in your arms and it begins also in the pelvis. As you descend through your arms, you arch the spine very gently, and then the pelvis arrives to the floor until it touches the forehead. When it touches the forehead, arms and legs extend. This is called infinite star. And then the spiral in your back into the placement of the 4 pillars to lift you from the centers of your being up, back, into very gently to Zen salutation. Okay? Wonderful. So, once you begin to really go forward into the 4 pillars, you descend through the connections of your arms. Once you descend, the spine arches, and then the pelvis begins going through the floor, arriving to the third eye, from which the arms reach into the expanded infinite star. Then from the infinite star, a spiral takes place in the arms. So it's not that your arms just come down back into the floor to the place that it started. The spiral takes place to engage all the arms to return to the place of the 4 pillars in order to get you back. So I'm just going to do it because now I'm going to do it a few times so you can see it and just perceive how the placement of the 4 pillars and the descending, ascending, and the Zen salutation and the reaching star. So 5, 6, 7, 8, 1, 2, 3, Zen salutation 4, 1, 2, 3 is the pillow, the pillars, 4 is the pelvis, 2, 3 is blessing the earth, 4 is releasing, 1 is the spot, the reaching star, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, you're returning to the pillars, 4 pillars, and now count 4 the hip begins to rotate very gently to create the length of the spine, arriving in this moment here in which you're arriving to the neck and the shoulders and neck, from which your arm begins to move with you, returning back into Zen salutation. From which then you're sliding back and come free again into the 4 pillars. 4 is the pelvis, beginning to create the arc, and then 2, 3 is blessing the earth, 4 is beginning to release the start, 1 is the start, the spiral, returning to the placement of the 4 pillars, 1, 2, 3 is the 4 pillars, extending every vertebra in the floor, very, very, very gently, every vertebra releasing into Zen salutation, ready for the next movement. Okay, as I'm doing it again, I would like to assist you to understand that when we come back from the infinite star and we return through the spirals back into the placement of the 4 pillars, and we start going up and then back in the spine. When we're going back in the spine from this place and we begin to release the hip and we go back, the tendency here is it will be like you want to help with your shoulders and your spine, but if you do that, you will be closing your shoulders, everything around. So what I need to assist you is to understand that you paying attention to each vertebra returning back into the thighs, and assisting in the polarity of the extension of the spine at the same time. And you will notice in your shoulders that will want to go up. So I want to do it one more time, this time without raising the shoulders, and then I'll do it one time raising the shoulders so you can see the difference, okay? So we're going to do it from, let's just do it from the other, again from the other Zen salutation. 6, 7, and 8. 1, 2, 3, Zen salutation. 1, 2, 3, 4 pillars. Starting 1, 2, 3 is blessing the earth. 4 is the beginning. 1 is the infinite star. Now, and here is the placement of the 4 pillars, raising through all the muscles of the torso. I come free, and now is the moment that I was telling you. From this moment, the lower back, right there, then the upper back, and this is the moment that is dangerous. When you get to the center of the spine right here, because your shoulder would like to start going this way, allow the arms to become light in the floor, and come with you. Allow your arms to move with you, until you arrive back into Zen salutation, here. Then from here, sliding again to the point of balance, ascending through you into blessing the earth. This is count 4, this is count 1, gathering the spiral, the weight, right here. This is, now you're using the center of your own weight to lift you. 1, 2, 3, 4, and this is the dangerous moment now. Very softly, sliding, allow your arms to be light and the shoulders until you arrive to the place of Zen salutation. Yay. Now, of all of the movements of the entire practice of unity in motion, this is the most physical movement, in the sense that this is the movement now that we're using the actual centralization of the physical weight to give us strength and to open the centers and to allow to experience the flexibility that exists in the actual continual motion of a spiral. So it's important to tell you that at certain moments, like reaching for the infinite star or coming back, you may want to transform it into a force, but I want you to notice that it's always a spiral. So from going into the 5-pointed, the reaching star, to returning into the placement of the 4 pillars, to ascending through the centers, to returning to the spine, to arriving to Zen, to continue back into the placement of the 4 pillars, to descending through the weight, is always a spiral. And the more you begin to feel the spiral and recognize the spiral, the stronger you will get, because you are not using linear movement. Because if you use linear movement, the skeleton really has friction, and then it seems to be that you're working, but really actually you are grinding the body. And we are not grinding the body here. We are expanding it, we are unifying it, we are constantly creating more muscle tone by the centralization of our own physical weight. Okay? So I'll do it one more time from the outer form. Again, just notice this time that it's going to be a continual spiral. Okay? 5, 6, 7, and the first spiral. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, this is a spiral, and spiral, this is another spiral. And now the other form. 1, 2, 3, continuation spiral. The next is sliding. This is for pillar. Now this is descending, ascending spiral. The spiral of the spine arriving to extending into a spiral arm, connecting to the placement of 4 pillars. A spiral of ascending, a spiral returning back, sliding through the spiral to get to salutation, the continuation of the spiral to the 4 pillars, the descending of the spiral into blessing the earth, the unfolding of the spiral to the star, the spiral returning to the placement, the spiral unfolding, the spiral bringing you back into the Zen salutation, the spiral returning